What is up, guys? We are doing the Marvel Champions Age of Apocalypse Expert campaign, and this would be scenario number 3, Apocalypse on Expert mode with Cable. And we are using a Justice deck for this campaign, but with the previous scenario, we got a reward that allows us to put an upgrade from any other aspect into our deck. So we chose to put Tic-Tac-Toe, a 0-cost upgrade from the pool aspect, and we're going to have this for the rest of the campaign here. So let's go ahead and get everything set up. So for the campaign setup, scenario number 3, for the encounter deck, we put the Apocalypse encounter set, we put the Dark Riders modular set, Infinites modular set, and the standard sets. So for the Infinites modular set, we put Gene Pool here. It's a permanent setup with a force response after an ally is defeated by anything other than consequential damage. Place 3 threat on here, and this will come in with 4 threats to start off. Since we put these standard sets, we are playing a standard 3. So we have Pursued by the Past, the environment in play right here. We also have the Expert 1 sets already shuffled into the encounter deck. So that's going to be Exhaustion, Under Fire, and Master Plan. And then we have Apocalypse here. For the campaign setup, it says to shuffle the Age of Apocalypse modular set into the encounter deck. So we already shuffled that in. Randomly select one of the available mission side schemes and follow the set directions for it in the campaign log. So we already defeated Liberate the Seattle Core and Evacuate Survivors in the first 2 scenarios against Eunice and the 4 Horsemen. So we're going to strike these with the campaign log. Protect the Professor is going to be reserved for the final scenario, so we're going to set that aside as well. So if we roll a 1, 2, or 3, we will randomly select Sabotage the Seawall. If we get a 4, 5, or 6, we're going to do Find Lost Mutants. So see what we got. We got a 3, so it's going to be Sabotage the Seawall here. So we're going to set this one aside. And then for Sabotage the Seawall, we follow the set of directions for it on the back of the pamphlet, which says shuffle the North American Seawall side scheme into the encounter deck as a part of the setup. So that's going to be this card right here that we already have. We're just going to put this into the encounter deck. And then let's see, randomly select one of the available Overseer minions. So we already defeated the Shadow King and Abyss from the first 2 scenarios. So we're going to set these aside. And then if we roll a 1 or 2, it's going to be Sinister, a 3 or 4, Mikhail Rasputin, and a 5 or 6, Sugar Man. So let's see what we got. We got a 3, so it's going to be Mikhail Rasputin. And we're going to set these guys aside. So our Overseer minion is going to be Mikhail Rasputin. He says after you discard cards from the mission response, deal 1 damage to an ally at the mission for each energy resource discarded. And then Sabotage Seawall will come in here with 5 threat. And then, okay, so we got that. It says each player searches their deck for an ally and adds it to their hand. This counts towards your hand size when you start the game off. So let's go ahead and get Blindfold here. Actually, should we get Forge? No, I think we're okay getting Blindfold here. Okay, so we're going to add her to our hand. Let's shuffle up our player deck. And then it says here, Expert campaign only. Set each player's hit points to their remaining hit points recorded in the campaign log for the previous scenario. So against the 4 Horsemen, we ended up with 13 hit points thanks to our Honor X-Men. But we'll just continue here with 12 with Bishop's max printed hit points here. Okay, and then that's going to be the setup here for the campaign. So let's set the pamphlet aside. And then we are going to get Apocalypse set up here. So it says set aside each the Prelate minions, and then we already have everything set up with that. Heart of the Empire comes into play here with 2 threat. This card says threat cannot be removed from the scheme while a Prelate minion is in play. And then this will also have an acceleration. And then it says on the main scheme, the first player reviews a random set aside Prelate minion. So these Overseer minions that we have for the missions, on their other side right here, they are all Prelate minions. So we're going to randomly start off with one of these guys. If we roll a 1, 2, 3, or 4, if we get a 5 or 6, we'll re-roll. So let's see what we got. We got a 1, so we're going to start off the scenario with Sugar Man engaged with us. Let's set these guys aside for now. Sugar Man comes in here with Toughness. He engaged the first player, 5 hit points, 1 scheme, 3 attack. Force interrupt when Sugar Man attacks. This attack gains piercing. If the attack defeats a character, heal 5 damage from Sugar Man. Okay, so we got that. Main scheme starts off with 1 threat. And it says here that X is a numeral in Apocalypse's printed hit point value. So he has 10 hit points. So it's going to be 10 threat for it to advance, I guess, which will make Apocalypse flip over to stage 4 right here. And then on standard mode, we start him off on stage 2. On easy mode, he's stage 1. Since we are doing expert, we're going to start him off on stage 3 here. He comes in with steady and toughness. And then let's see. Let's shuffle up the encounter deck here. I think we got everything else set up. And then we are going to shuffle up our player deck. And then we're going to draw up to our hand size of 6, including Blindfold, who's already in our hand. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now let's go ahead and set this dice aside. And then, okay, so we're going to do our mulligans here. I think I want Blindfold. We can mulligan the Mansion, Energy Conversion, Professor X, and Colossus. That's a lot. Maybe we keep Colossus here. I would really like to get some resources. Okay, let's go ahead and mulligan discard these 3 cards and then draw 3 more cards, I think. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay, we got 2 resource cards. All right, let's see. If we play this and play this, that might be a good play. We could take out Sugar Man next turn. I think that's it. Okay, so let's go ahead and flip over here to hero form. We're going to use this as 3 resources when paying for a basic card because the Power Novice is a double, so a total of 3, so we can play Colossus. Colossus is only 3 costs because he says to reduce the cost of play by 1. If your identity has a mutant or X-Men trait, we do have the X-Men trait, so he's only 3 costs. He comes into play here with Toughness. Then this would be 3 resources, so he can play Blindfold. Blindfold has a response when she enters play. Look at the top 5 cards of the encounter deck, and we can discard 1, put the rest back in the same order. So he's going to be hitting us here, and then he gets an encounter card. Do we give him this as an encounter card? This would be a boost, and then he activates. I don't like this thing. Let's see. This could be the boost, right? And then this could be the encounter card. Dark Riders. After he attacks you with this card thing that we control, I think I'm okay with that. So we're going to discard. With both of these are attacks. I don't like the Sinister Strike or the Wolf Among Sheep. Wait, if the Prelate Minion activates against you, he is actually that's not that bad. I think we discard this. We get this as our encounter card. Next turn he schemes for this, and then we get this as our encounter card for next turn. So I think that's what we're gonna do here. Actually, or do we take Gauntlet here? Knock him out with Colossus and Bishop. Then we don't have to worry about the molecular control, which is an attachment that goes on Apocalypse. Yeah, we could do that as well. Yeah, let's discard the molecular control and then put these cards back on top of the deck in the same order. I think I'll be okay with that. Yeah, Colossus blocks. No, Colossus can't knock out Gauntlet. Just kidding. Okay, so we're going to discard Gauntlet and then put these cards back on top of the same order right here. Yeah, so we're going to get this as an encounter card, which I think is okay. All right. So we have Blindfold here. She's going to throw for 2 from Gene Pool. Drop this down to 2. She'll take a consequential damage. And then Bishop is going to, let's have him swing for 2 at Sugar Man to knock off his tough stats card. And then that's going to end our turn. Let's ready up. We're going to draw back up to our hand size of 5 in hero form. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Ooh, we have an energy conversion here, which I think, do we use it on Sugar Man? We could. We discard 3 cards. I don't know if we're going to draw any resources though. Okay, that's fine. So it is Apocalypse's turn. He's going to add 2 touch to the main scheme because of the acceleration here. So it goes up to 3. Okay, he's going to hit us with a base of 3 and a boost. We know the boost here is going to be 2. Do we... Man, the energy conversion is tempting. Then we stick to the original plan for now. So Colossus will defend here. He has a tough stats card. So 2 boosts plus 3 is 5 damage. That will knock off the tough from Colossus. Sugar Man's going to attack us here. His attack has piercing. So if it defeats a character, he heals 5. It's not going to defeat us because we're going to have Bishop probably block this. If we play Energy Conversion, we can shuffle each resource card back into our deck. And then if we mill from the deck and don't get anything, let's It's not going to be useful, but if we can get something, it would be nice. But if we don't get anything, then we just lose this card. You know what? I'm not going to use this. So we're going to just take the 3 damage from Sugarman. That would drop us from 12 down to 9. And then should I be greedy here? We have 1, 2 resources. We have 4 more in the deck. I'm not going to go for it there. Yeah, so we're not going to use our energy absorption response because it's not a force response, so I don't have to trigger it. So we took his 3 damage. Now we get an encounter card during the encounter phase. Yeah, which is Molecular Control. This attaches to Apocalypse. He has Retaliate 1 and Stalwart now. That is going to end Apocalypse's turn, so it's back to our turn. Okay. So we know the encounter cards are coming, which is going to be useful for us. We play Nick Fury here. So 4 resources, so we can play Nick Fury. When Nick Fury enters play, choose one, pick the one, and draw 3 cards. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'll like Triage here as well. Let's have Blindfold go ahead and thwart for 2 from the main scheme. Drop this down to 1. She'll take a consequence damage, she gets knocked out. Then we're going to use a double resource here when paying for a basic card, so it can play Triage. When Triage enters play, heal 2 damage from X-Men character. Let's heal 2 from Bishop, so we go from 9 back up to 11, because we are X-Men character here. Then I don't want to knock out Sugarman because we're getting a card that lets him activate, and he'll scheme for 1 because we're going to flip down here. So we flip down. What are we getting? I think we want to get an X-Men ally, Randall, to help us do some more thwarting here. We can't thwart from here because a Prelude Minion is in play. We can do some MC after he attacks. So if he schemes, he doesn't heal. He has nothing for if he schemes. So I think we just do some damage on him. Nick can swing for 2. And then we just kill Nick off by maxing on our ally limit. Okay, Nick is going to, let's have him, let's just thwart. We're going to thwart for 2 from Gene Pool. Clearing that off. He'll take a consequential damage. Bishop's going to swing for 2 at Sugarman. Actually, wait. Oh, that's fine. I should have Nick attack Apocalypse because retaliate. Okay, so Bishop swings for 2 at Sugarman. Yeah, I think that's what I was playing, but I forgot. We're going to have Triage now thwart for 1 from the main. He'll take a consequential damage. And then that is going to, and then we're going to flip down here to Alter Ego. Our Alter Ego action, temporary replace, is a response, when we change this form, add a temporal card from discard pile to your hand. We're going to get Rando, who is a temporal card. We can add him to our hand here. Actually, do we? Yeah, it's fine. Okay, then we're going to use this as 3 resources, so it can play Rando. Our ally limit is only 3, so we must immediately discard an ally. Let's discard Nick Fury here. Okay, so we have Rando now. And then he doesn't actually even need to activate. Do we just do 1 at Sugarman? The Colossus could just knock it out. Is a thing. We can't thwart from here, so that's just going to end our turn. Okay, let's ready back up in our Alter Ego. Draw back up to our hand size of 6 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it is Apocalypse's turn. He's going to add 2 to the main because of the acceleration from here. He's schemed with a base of 2. We know what the boost is. It's going to be 1. So total 3 threat goes on the main. It goes up to 5. Sugarman's going to scheme for 1. Goes up to 6. His force interrupt only triggers whenever he attacks. Something happens. Encounter card is Wolf Among Sheep. The Prelude Minion activates against you. So Sugarman's going to activate. He's going to scheme for 1 again. Going on the main scheme. So up to 7. And then we are fine. So it's going to be back to our turn now. All right. So I like the build support on our X-Men. Yeah, let's go ahead. We're going to flip over to hero form now. We're going to play Honor X-Men attached to X-Men character. We can only place if we have the X-Men trait, which we do in hero form. We give to ourselves, so now we get +1 hit point, and we get an X-Men trait even in Alter Ego. We go from 11 up to 12, and our max hit points are now 13. Then, let's see here. I want to clear off the build support. So let's see. Oof, we need to, I don't have the, oh yeah, we do. Okay, so this would be a double resource. So we can play Heroic Intuition. Attached to any player, we're gonna give it to ourselves. We get +1 thwart now. Then we're going to use this as a resource so we can play build support. This is a player's side skin that comes in here with 3 threat. Okay, then we're going to have Bishop Thwart for 3 from the build support. Clear this off. When this side skin is defeated, it will go into the victory display. Then we can search our deck and discard pile for support with a cost of 3 or less, put it into play. Let's get the X-Jet. There's a 3 cost support here that goes into play. We can exhaust the X-Jet to generate a water resource for any character who has the X-Men trait, which we do have because of the Honor X-Men, and we have the in hero form. So that just goes straight into play here. Then we are going to have Colossus swing for 3 at Sugarman. That will knock him out. And Colossus would take 2 consequential damage. Sugarman's defeated, he goes into the victory display. So he gets removed from the game. Then we're going to have Randall Thor for 2 from the main. Drop this back down to 5. He will take a consequential damage. And then we're going to, we're going to play a 0 cost upgrade, our tic-tac-toe here. As a hero action, we can spend 1 resource of any type. Let's exhaust the X-Jet to generate a water resource. We're going to use this to be a energy resource. So when we spend an energy resource, we can move a damage from a character from triage to empty space above, equaling that resource that we spent, so energy. So it goes right here. And then if there's 3 damage tokens in the line, we deal all damage on this card to an enemy and discard it. So triage is now alive. Again, he's going to Thor for 1 from the main, dropping it down to 4. We'll take that consequential damage back again. That's going to end our turn. Let's ready back up. And then we're going to draw back up to our hand size here of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's check our discard power here to see how many resources we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 1 resource card left in the deck. All right, so it is Apocalypse turn. He's going to add 2 to the main because of the acceleration. This goes up to 6. He's going to attack with a base of 3. This would be the boost. We're going to take it to the face. The boost says after his activation resolves, place 1 pursuit counter on pursued by the past. So we take 3 damage. That'll bring us from 12 down to 9. Then we place a pursuit counter on pursued by the past. We're not going to use our energy absorption. Then we get a face encounter card during the encounter phase. Worldwide Crisis. It says one of you choose either place 3 threat on the mission side scheme or take a damage in the card will search. Let's put 3 threat on here, so it goes up to 8. That will resolve Apocalypse's turn, and it's back to our turn. Okay, let's see. I want to. We can flip down to get a resource card. I want to play Under Surveillance. Do we need the thwarting here? Let's have Bishop Thor for 3 from the main. Drop this from 6 down to 3. So we have 3 thwart thanks to the Heroic Intuition. And I don't think we need Command Authority, so I want to get down a Rifle. Let's exhaust the X-Jet to generate a water resource. This would be a second resource, so we can play Bishop's Rifle. We can exhaust Bishop's Rifle, choose an enemy, we're going to choose Apocalypse. Do 1 damage to him for each resource card in your hand. We have 1 resource card, so 1 damage knocks off his tough status card. He does have Retaliate because of this thing, but our Rifle has range, so he's not going to retaliate on that attack. Then, let's see. We play Under Surveillance. We get a resource card. Can't play Malcolm. Let's play him towards a mission. I don't know if I want to do that right now. Let's check our discard out here for any temporal cards. I think we just get the resource here. Not the most efficient use of resources, but I think that's okay. We could also have him get it ready. I think we're okay without that. Okay, we're going to flip down here to Alter Ego. Temporally displaced. When you change this form, search your deck for a temporal card, add to your hand. Let's get our double resource here, which is a temporal card. Add that to your hand with our Alter Ego ability. Then we're going to use this as a double resource so we can play Under Surveillance. We can attach this to the main scheme. Oops. This will increase the target threat value of the main scheme by 4. So instead of it flipping at 10, which is his printed hit points, which is X, is going to do 14 now. So that gives us a lot more breathing room to let him scheme, because we don't know what his boost is. Then I guess we just use this. Let's exhaust Mission Team to reduce the cost of the next ally play towards a mission by 2. So Malcolm's only 1 cost here. This would be a resource, so we can play him towards a mission. He's not going to do anything right now while he's in the mission. Randall's going to Thor for 2 from the main and drop this down to 1. Then he'll take a consequential damage. And then what's our deck size looking like? We have Yeah, we're not going to deck out, so we keep the allies alive to throw if we need to next turn. Let's get end our turn. Let's ready back up. We're looking pretty built out now. We're going to draw back up to our hand size of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this is our last resource card too. And last double resource. Okay, where is Utopia? Still in the deck. And Forge is in there as well. So Apocalypse turn, he's going to add 2 to the main because of the acceleration. This goes up to 3. He's going to scheme with a base of 2 plus a boost. Boost effect says deal 1 damage to each ally at the mission. Oof, okay. And then give the activated enemy an additional boost card. So he gets another boost card, scheming for 2. That's no boost. This boost says after activation, place a pursuit counter on pursuit by the past. So he's only scheming for 2. Main scheme goes up to 5, flips at 14. Then he activates, so we place a pursuit counter on pursuit by the past. Now it's the encounter phase. We get an encounter card, which is Dark Designs. Place 1 pursuit counter on pursuit by the past. And then if there's any counters on it, which there's 3, the villain will scheme. So he's going to scheme again here for 2, but we're okay with the threat. Plus a boost here is you are confused is a boost effect. And he's scheming for only 2 here because there's no boost icons. So the main scheme goes up to 7. All right. And it's back to our turn. All right, let's see here. We could, I kind of want to recover here. But we don't have Utopia to ready. So if we do that, we lose our thingy. I could also, yeah, we don't have Skilled Investigator either. The safest play would be to recover. Can we, or we could actually concussive, actually we can just have an ally block, right? And then we just add that to Gene Pool because we're so under control right now. And I do want to, yes, fine, I think. I want to play Concussive Blast, which will give us a ready. Okay, we play Concussive Blast. It does 6. Gives us a ready. Then we can thwart to remove our confuse. We do one here that's going to be 7 on him. And then we need to, I think we can, okay. All right. Let's just flip over here to hero form, I think. Yeah, we're going to flip over here to hero form. We're going to go ahead and thwart to remove our confuse here. Then we're going to use the X-Jet to generate a WA resource. This would be a double for a total of 3, so we can play, wait, before we do that, we're going to exhaust our rifle. We're going to choose an enemy, Apocalypse, do 1 damage because we have 1 resource in our hand to attack us range so he will not retaliate. That'll bring him from 10 down to 9. Okay, now we use the X-Jet. This would be a double for a total of 3 resources so we can play Concussive Blast. Hero action attack, do 6 damage to enemy. We're going to do 6 to Apocalypse. That'll bring it from 9 down to 3. And then if you pay for the resource card, which we did, we can ready up Bishop. He's going to retaliate, hit his back for 1, so we drop from 9 down to 8. And I believe if Colossus attacks, he's going to retaliate. I don't know if this triggers first before the retaliate. So if Colossus retaliates and dies, we're going to add that on Gene Pool, which I don't want to do it that way. So I think I'd rather have Bishop. We don't want taking it, or we can have we can heal a damage from Colossus here, which I think I'm actually going to do that way instead, and then play our uniform. Yeah, or do I play Angel, getting our ally down? Maybe the uniform might be more useful here. Okay, we're going to use Tic-Tac-Toe. So we spend a mental resource to move a damage from Colossus over to the mental line here. Colossus is going to swing here for 3 at Apocalypse. So that'll bring it from 3 down to 0. And just in case, let's just say the retaliate happens first. So he retaliates, hits Colossus for 1. Colossus is still alive with 1 hit point. So Gene Pool doesn't trigger. Then he says, force interrupt here, when Apocalypse will be defeated, which right now he's defeated at 0, we discard each attachment from him, so we lose the retaliate in the stalwart now. And then heal all damage from him, so it goes from 0 back up to 10. And then remove X threat from this scheme. So X is going to be 10 his hit points, so we can clear off all 7 threat from here. And then Colossal would now take 2 consequential damage, and he's knocked out by consequential damage. So the Gene Pool won't trigger. Okay, and then we are about to deck out, which is why I don't want to. Let's see, what's our deck size? 6. Okay, we're not going to deck out here. Is there any way for us to deck out? Yeah, there isn't. Let's see. How many more allies do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 2 more allies, so we're gonna draw. Oh, we're gonna draw Forge and Utopia. Okay, we're just gonna hold off here. So 2 resources, so we can play our uniform. So after you resolve energy absorption, we can exhaust the uniform to heal 1 damage from Bishop for each resource card in your hand. But we have no more resource cards in the deck, anyways. Then let's just have Bishop swing for 2 at Apocalypse. I'll bring it from 10 down to 8. So I should recover there because I had an extra ready. That is going to end our turn. He doesn't have retaliate anymore, so nothing happens. We're going to ready everyone back up. Draw back up to our hand size of 5. And believe the last card in our deck is a second copy of one way or another. So it is Apocalypse turn. He's going to add 2 to the main because the acceleration here is still in play. He's going to attack us here. We're going to have Triage block this attack. And with a base of 3 plus a boost. Boost effect says to place 1 threat on a mission side scheme, give the activating enemy an additional boost card. So 1 threat in here, he gets another boost. 3 plus 2 is going to be 5 damage. Knocks out Triage. Since the ally was defeated by something other than consequential damage, we place 3 threat on Gene Pool now. Okay, that resolves the activation. Now we get an encounter card during the encounter phase. Infinite Soldier. If the threat on Gene Pool is at least 3, which it is, he's going to have Quick Strike, so he's going to hit us for 3. I think we just take it. Yeah, so we drop from 8 down to 5, and nothing else happens because there's only 3 threat on there. So that was a little bit unfortunate that we got him right away, but it's all right. Okay, so is the last card an ally or is it the one way or another? It's another one way or another. Did I miscount? I must have miscounted my allies there. That's okay. So what do I want to do? I want to flip down here. Definitely recover Utopia. We can't use a rifle here. We gotta knock down the infinite, or knock out the Infinite Soldier. We could, Bishop has to attack here, right? Yeah, Bishop has to attack. So we play Utopia. We play Forge. We get it ready. We get multiple encounter cards. But then we can play stuff for Cuckoos is a thing. I think we ditch this to play Utopia. No, we need the one way or another. I gotta play the one way or another. So we play Utopia, play the one way or another. No, we want to temporally displace before we play one way or another. If we play the one way or another, then we can't get a resource card with that. Oof. Okay, so let's see. Do we go greedy here? If we get temporally displaced, we play Helicarrier with our resource card that we grab. Then we can use this to play Utopia. We're short resource to play Forge. Oof. Let's see. I don't think I can play stuff for Cuckoos here, which is unfortunate. But I think the players to get down Utopia and then Forge. So we can heal 2 from Rando or from Bishop. I think we'll just do Rando here. Okay, we're going to use Tic-Tac-Toe. So we'll spend a physical resource, hero action, move a damage from Rando over to a physical line right there. Okay, Rando swings for 1 at the Infinite Soldier, and then he takes a consequential damage. Bishop is going to swing for 2. We're going to knock out the Infinite Soldier here. We're okay with Gene Pool being at 3. Then we're going to exhaust the X-Jet to generate a wild resource for the X-Men character. This would be a second resource, so we can play Utopia. Okay. Then let's just go ahead and we're going to use Steph for Cuckoos for Tic-Tac-Toe. Whoops. So it's a mental resource, so we move another damage. Let's move it from Rando over to a mental line. So he's back to being a little more healthy. And then we're going to flip down into Alter. Temporally displaced can get us a temporal card from this card out your hand. Let's get the stored energy back to the hand. This would be a double resource, so we can play Forge here. His response won't trigger because all of our X-Men supports are already in play. But when we play X-Men ally with Utopia's effect, we can exhaust this card to represent an X-Men character in Bishop. We are X-Men alter ego thanks to the honor of X-Men. Then we exhaust your card by 4. That'll bring us from 5 back up to 9. I'm okay with this at 3, so 4 should just store for 1 from the main because we are getting 2 encounter cards here. We take consequence damage. This can end our turn. Let's ready back up. All right, we're going to draw back up to our hand size of 6. We deck out, we get a face on encounter card. Shuffle up the discard pile here. And drawing back up to 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So it is Apocalypse's turn. He's going to add 2 to the main because the acceleration goes up to 3. Then he's going to scheme with a base of 2 plus a boost here. Boost effects is placed 2/3 on Gene Pool. So Gene Pool goes up to 5. He schemed for just 2, so the main goes up to 5 here as well. In encounter phase, we get an encounter card for a total of 2. First one is the Apocalypse Solution. This is a side scheme with a hazard or a crisis coming to 3 threat. When defeated, we discard top X cards in encounter deck where X equals to the number of his printed hit points. So it's going to be 10 if we defeat the side scheme. Under fire, oof, okay. So it's going to, when reviewed, the top card in the encounter deck, which is Agent of Apocalypse. We choose either add him to mission error or he activates against us. So he would scheme for 2 and come into play. Do we have resources? We have 1 resource. I think we have some damage. I think I'm okay with that. Okay, so we're gonna put him in the play area here. When review, we choose when we pick to have him activate. So he's gonna scheme for 2 now because we're in alter ego. So this goes up to 7. Then the Under Fire will surge now, so we get another encounter card, which is the Fittest, attached to a minion with the highest printed hit points, and give a tough status card. So it's going to be an Agent of Apocalypse. So he gets toughness, and he also has plus 5 hit points here. So he has 8 hit points now, and plus 1 scheme, plus 1 attack. Okay, so he really got buffed up there. All right, so it's back to our turn, and we did survive, so that's good. Let's see. What is the play? Do we recover here? Could play X. I think, yeah, I really want to recover. So let's go ahead and exhaust here to recover by 4. That'll bring us from 5 back up to our full hit points of 13. Then we're going to flip over here to hero form. We're going to exhaust our rifle. Do a damage to the enemy equal to the number of resource cards in your hand. We have 1 resource card here. So 1 damage to knock off the tough status card from the Agent of Apocalypse, who currently has a plus 5 hit points, so he has 8 hit points here. We want to concussive blast him. Okay, let's exhaust the X-Jet to generate a wild resource. This would be a double resource for a total of 3, so we can play Concussive Blast. 6 damage to enemy, let's hit this guy for 6. And then if we pay for the resource card, which we did, we can ready Bishop back up. So he has 6 damage. He has a total of 5 plus 3 is 8 hit points. So let's go ahead and swing for 2. That will knock him out. So his attachment will go away here as well. All right. And then we are slowly working our way up here. This is going to add how much to that? 1, 2, it goes up to 9. It's not going to pop because it pops at 14. Even if he schemes, I don't think he's going to get a high boost here. So I think we go a little bit greedy and go for Gene Pool. Okay, 3 resources here, so we can play Professor X. When he enters play, choose one. We pick the one to confuse the villain, but Apocalypse has steady, so he's not fully confused here. And then we can exhaust Utopia because X-Men out enters play to ready our X-Men. Let's ready up Bishop. Professor X will thwart for 3 from Gene Pool. Drop this guy down to 2. He'll take a consequential damage. And then do we just mill this here? We could. No, I haven't drawn Skilled Investigator yet, so I don't want to do that until I draw Skilled Investigator. So we're going to have Randall thwart for 2 from Gene Pool. Then he'll take consequential damage. Bishop will swing for 2 at Apocalypse. That'll bring it from 8 down to 6. That's going to end our turn. Let's ready back up. Yeah, if we draw a Skilled Investigator, then we can get a lot more bang for our buck for clearing these side schemes. Okay, that is going to end our turn. Let's draw back up to our hand size of 5. And speaking of Skilled Investigator, we got it here. We got Dazzler. Okay, so it is Apocalypse's turn. He's going to add 2 to main because of the acceleration. It goes up to 9. Okay, he is going to, we don't have energy. Yeah, okay. He's going to attack us here with a base of 3. Professor X will block. The boost here is going to be 1, 4 damage, knocks out X. Then we add 3 threat to Gene Pool because X was defeated by a non-consequential damage. In counter phase, we get an encounter card. Dark Designs, place 1 pursuit counter on pursuit by the past, so it goes up to 4. So when it goes up to 4, we immediately trigger the response, move the counter, flip this card over, and there's 0. Dark Design says if it has any counters on it, the villain schemes. There's no counters on it, so the villain does not scheme with this encounter card. But when this card is flipped over, we search the area for our Nemesis minion, Trevor Fitzroy, and a Nemesis side scheme here, Portal Through Time. And we shuffle these 3 Nemesis cards into the encounter deck. So I'm glad we didn't mill the Apocalypse Solution yet. And hope we can mill these Nemesis cards out. So we shuffle this up. All right. And then Nemesis side scheme has 4 threat. Trevor Fitzroy has quick strike, so he's going to hit us for 3 right here. Let's just take it. So we draw from 13 down 10. And then he has a force response if he defeats an ally, but he doesn't. Pour 3 times as the first temporal card is going to gain Surge once per phase. Then we flip this back over to here, so our Nemesis came out. And then that is going to end his turn, so it's back to our turn. All right. So let's go ahead and play Skilled Investigator here. So this is a 0-cost upgrade. Whenever we defeat a side scheme, we can exhaust it and then draw a card. So Bishop is going to, are we going to defeat this one or this one? We can do both. Okay, let's have Forge Door for 1 from here. He'll take consequential damage, he's knocked out. Bishop will Thor for 3 because we have the Heroic Intuition to clear out the Portal Through Time. When a side scheme is defeated, nothing happens, but we can exhaust the Skilled Investigator and draw a card. Okay, then we're going to use our rifle. We can exhaust this to do damage to an enemy equal to the number of resource cards in our hand. We have 2 resource cards, so 2 damage on Trevor Fitzroy. And then I think we got to play Dazzler here. Then we flip down and play the Mansion. Let's see, Dazzler will confuse Apocalypse. Give us a ready. Apocalypse confused. He won't scheme. This guy will scheme. I'm okay with that, I think. Didn't get close, but I think we got rid of both the Dark Designs here as well. Yeah, I think we got rid of both Dark Designs, so I think we're okay doing that and just going greeting to get the Mansion out. Yeah, let's exhaust the X-Shed here to generate a wall resource. This would be 3 more for a total of 4, so we can play Dazzler. When she enters play Confused Enemy, we're going to confuse Apocalypse. So even though he has Steady, he is now fully confused. Then we can exhaust Utopia when we play Dazzler to revenue X-Men character. Let's write up Bishop. Then we're going to, we could thwart this out. Or do we kill Trevor Fitzroy here? Let's go ahead and thwart for 3 from the Apocalypse Solution, clearing it off this side scheme. Actually, wait. I can Skilled Investigator it. That's fine. Okay, when we play the side scheme, when it's defeated, discard top 10 cards of the encounter deck. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The encounter deck is milling down here. Okay. We lost our obligation as well. Okay. So we did that. We're going to flip down here to Alter Ego. Temporally displaced gets a temporal card from a discard to your hand. Let's get the double resource again. Then this would be 4 resources because we're using a double, and the Power and Office, which is a double when paying for a basic card. So we play Avengers Mansion. We're going to exhaust it to draw a card. Okay, we're going to keep this double here. And then, let's see. It's going to add 1, 2, 3, 4. Goes up to, if we defeat, we're going to take off 10. So it's fine thwarting from it. Let's have Dazzler thwart for 2. She'll take consequential damage. And then, this will give Raynor ready. let's see, it's going to go up to 9, then 11, and I don't think he's going to scheme again because we got rid of the other thing. Yeah, that's fine. We're going to keep Reno alive. Let's get end our turn. Let's ready up. We're going to keep the energy in our hand. Hopefully we can draw some more resources and just knock Trevor Fitzroy out here. So John back up to our hand size of 6 in Alter Ego. And hopefully we can start to control him here. We got 3 resource cards. Perfect. So it is Apocalypse's turn. 2 to the main because the acceleration goes up to 9. He's scheming because we're in Alter Ego, but he's fully confused with the 2 confused statuses. Trevor Fitzroy schemes for 2. This goes up to 11, but it flips at 14 thanks to our under surveillance. He doesn't have an effect after he schemes. Based on a counter card is Barrage a minion after he attacks you, do 1 damage to each character you control. Okay, that's fine. So it's back to our turn here. Okay, we are going to exhaust to recover by 4. That'll bring us from 10 up to 13. We're going to exhaust Avengers Mansion so we can draw a card. I've got another resource here. I think we knock out this guy then. So let's flip over here to hero form. We're going to use our rifle. We have 4 resource cards in our hand. So we can exhaust it, do 4 damage to enemy. Let's knock out Barrage, who has 4 hit points. Then we will exhaust the X-Jet to generate a wild resource. And actually, we can just heal it up and keep the resource cards here. So wild resource with X-Jet, double resource paying for a basic card, so we can play Colossus. He enters play here with Toughness. And reduce the cost play by 1 if your enemy has a neutral X-Men trait, so he's only 3 cost here. So we got Colossus in. Do we just have him swing and then we just take the damage and heal up with our uniform? We have 3 resources in our hand. How many do we have in the 1, 2, 3, 4? So we have 1 more resource in our deck. If I can draw an energy conversion, that'd be really cool. Yeah, let's get a move on here. We're going to have Colossus swing for 3 at Trevor Fitzroy. You take consequential damage, loses tough stats card. Trevor Fitzroy is defeated. Then, what are we going to do? Let's use a double resource here. So we can play Command Authority. Oh, wait, when we play Colossus, I forgot. We can exhaust Utopia to ready up Bishop, which is an X-Men character, when her X-Men ally enters play. Okay, so we got Bishop readied here. I think we... no, we're not ready to go for it yet. Okay, let's use a double resource here so we can play Command Authority. Hero action, thwart, remove 3 from a scheme. Let's take 3 off of the main here. Start from 11 down to 8. We use a resource card so we can draw a card after using it. Okay, we got this thing. Bishop will thwart for 3 from Gene Pool. So we have the Hero Intuition. And then I want to keep this. Let's play Supercharge down here. So it's a 0 cost upgrade. We can discard a resource card from hand to place 1 charge counter here for each icon on the card. And when we make an attack, we can discard this card to get extra damage on that attack. We're going to have Dazzler. Let's thwart for 2 from the main. Drop this down to 6. Should take consequential damage. That's going to end our turn. Let's ready up. Okay, we keep the resource cards in our hand because I want to take this attack to the face and heal with our uniform. And I really would like to draw an energy conversion here. Drawing back up to 5. Okay, we got the energy conversion. Okay, so that was really good. All right, so Apocalypse's turn, he's going to add 2 to the main because of the acceleration here. He's going to attack us here. We're going to play energy conversion as a hero interrupt. When an enemy initiates when enemy attacks, shuffle each resource card in your discard pile back into your deck. You cannot take more than 3 damage from this attack. So we have a bunch of resources here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 resource cards. So we're going to shuffle all 5 of these cards back into our deck. Try to get a good shuffle. Okay, so Apocalypse is attacking us. We're going to take it to the face, but we cannot take more than 3 damage thanks to the energy conversion here. So this would be his boost card. 3 plus a boost of 1, but we only take 3. So that will bring us from 13 down to 10. Then we trigger energy absorption. After we take any amount of damage from an attack, discard an equal number of cards from top of your deck, so 3, and add each resource card discard to your hand. And we got one resource card which goes to our hand. These two get discarded. Then we're going to use our uniform. After Bishop triggers his energy absorption, we can exhaust the uniform, heal 1 damage for each resource in your hand. We have 3 resource cards in your hand, so we're going to heal 3. I'll range from 10 back up to 13. Then we get an encounter card during the encounter phase, which is Cyberpathy attached to Apocalypse. Whenever he schemes, place 1 threat on each side scheme, and he has +1 scheme. Okay, it's back to our turn. Okay, we're ready to gun now. So let's go ahead and exhaust Avengers Mansion. So we can draw a card. Choose into a resource here. Dazzler is going to thwart for 2 to clear off Heart of the Empire. When this side scheme is defeated, it says the first player reviews a random set aside prelate minion. Deal each other player an encounter card. There are no other players, so no one gets an encounter card. But we have to review a random prelate minion here. So let's put these down. If we roll a 1 or 2, it will be Sinister, 3 or 4 Shadow King, 5 or 6 Abyss. So let's roll. We got a 1, so we're getting Mr. Sinister here. Set everything else aside. Sinister comes in with Retaliate, Toughness, and Villainous. Then when this side scheme is defeated, we flip it over. No one gets an encounter card because it's single player. Coming in with 3 threat on here. Then we can exhaust Skilled Investigator to draw a card because the side scheme was defeated. So we're going to draw another card. So we drew into Triage. Dazzler will take consequential damage. She's knocked out. Okay, we need to knock off his Tough. I don't like the Retaliate on him. That's fine. We're going to have Bishop swing for 2, knock out the Tough stats card from Mr. Sinister. He's going to retaliate his back for 1, so we drop from 13 down to 12. Then we're going to use our rifle. We can exhaust this. Choose an enemy. We're going to choose Mr. Sinister. Do 1 damage to him for each resource in your hand. We have 4 resource cards right here. So 4 damage on Sinister. He has 1 hit point left. That attack has range, so he won't retaliate on us. Then we're going to just play Triage here. Let's exhaust the X-Jet to generate a WA resource. This would be a second resource. So we can play Triage. When Triage enters play, heal 2 damage from X-Men character. Let's heal 2 from Rando, because he is an X-Men. Then we can exhaust Utopia, because X-Men entered play. X-Men ally to revenant X-Men character, Bishop. Triage will swing for 1 at Sinister. That will defeat him. And Triage takes a consequential damage. He won't retaliate because he's defeated. He'll go into the victory display. So now he's gone. We can now remove threat from this side scheme right here. So let me see. If we thwart from it, no, we don't have more damage, I think. So we're not going to do anything else with that. I don't want to deck out, so we're actually going to hold on to these resources so our rifle is strong next turn. We're going to play Supercharged, a second copy of it, and just have them both holding on here. And then, let's see. He does not have Retaliate. So Colossal will swing for 3 at Apocalypse. That'll bring from 6 down to 3. Colossal will take 2 consequential damage. Okay. And then, let's see. Colossus took the consequential damage. We're not going to go for the prelate here. So Bishop will thwart for 3 from the main scheme. And then Rando will... we don't need to thwart anymore for the main scheme. Let's just keep him alive here. All right, thwart from Gene Pool. There's none there. So that will end our turn. We're going to ready back up. And the reason we don't want to thwart from the main scheme is because when we defeat Apocalypse, he removes 10 threat from there. So I don't want to take a consequential damage on Rando when we don't need it. We're going to keep all 4 of these resource cards in our hand. We'll write up Skilled Investigator. Draw 1 more card back up to our hands as a 5, which is another resource, which is completely fine. So it is Apocalypse's turn. He's going to add 1, 2, 3 to the main scheme because of the double acceleration. He hits us with a base of 3 plus a boost here. We're going to take his attack to the face. Boost is 2, so it's going to be 5 damage. That'll bring us from 12 down to 7. Then we're going to trigger our energy absorption. Discard top 5 cards of your deck. So right here, because we took 5 damage, add each resource to your hand. We got 3 resource cards, so we add 3 of them to our hand. Discard Nick and the Helicarrier. Then we can use our uniform because we triggered energy absorption to heal 1 damage for each resource in your hand. We have all resources here, all 8. So we're going to heal 8. That'll bring us from 7 back up to our full hit points of 13. Then in counter phase, we get an encounter card. Infinite Soldier. There's no threat on Gene Pool, so he doesn't have any effects here. Okay, and then it is back to our turn. We draw a mansion, we deck out. I don't want to deck out with all these resource cards in our hand. Let's see here. We want allies to die before we deck out. So Colossus will swing for 3, knock out Infinite Soldier, which has guard. Colossus will take consequential damage. He's knocked out here as well. And then I think we just don't trigger the Skilled Investigator because the resources are so good to have in our hand is the thing. I think we have to put some down in Supercharged. Yeah, it's probably going to be the best play here. Okay, so we are going to... Okay, we're going to discard, use Supercharged as an action. Discard resource card from here. We're going to discard 2, and we add 4 counters here to Supercharged because there's 4 printed resource icons on it. Then do we do it again with another one? No, we need to attack first. So let's have Bishop Thor for 3 from the Towering Citadel, clearing off this side scheme. So we're not going to trigger Skilled Investigator. When this card is defeated, we review a Ramses I Prelate minion. So we have Shadow King in the Abyss. If we roll 1, 2, or 3, it would be him. 4, 5, or 6 would be Abyss. We got a 1, so it's going to be Shadow King here. He'll come in here with Toughness. And then whenever he attacks you, choose an ally you control with the highest threat. Discard an ally or place 1 threat on the main scheme equal to his threat. Let's see. Deal each other player an encounter card. First player reviews a Ramses I Prelate minion. Deal each other player an encounter card. So we don't get encounters, no other players. Tyrant's Throne. Review the Tyrant's Throne side scheme and remove this card from the game. So we will now review the Tyrant's Throne here, which comes in with 4 threat and 3 acceleration. Okay, so now we have the Shadow King. We cannot remove that from here while a Prelate is in play, so Shadow King is in play. Triage will swing for 1, knock off the tough stats card from the Shadow King. He'll take consequential damage, he gets knocked out by consequential damage. Then we're going to use our Rifle, exhaust this card, choose an enemy, we choose Shadow King, do 1 damage to him for each resource in your hand. We have 6 resource cards, so 6 damage, knocks out Shadow King, he'll go into the victory display here. Then we're going to have, let's see, we're going to have Randall, Thor for 2 from the Tyrant's Throne. Drop us down to 2, he'll take a consequential damage. And then, let's see, what's our last one? The Abyss. Okay, what is the play here? Do we knock out Apocalypse? Do we get, I think we knock out Apocalypse first. How do we knock him out? We can get it ready. No, but I need to get temporally. Oh no, this is our only temporal card. Oof, okay, okay, let's check what's in discard. If it's an ally, then we draw it. If it's not, then we don't. So 1, 2, 3, count our allies. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, the ally is definitely not here. And then we have to just tic-tac-toe here. Okay, so we're going to use our tic-tac-toe. We're going to spend a wild resource here, so it can be anything. We're going to have it be a mental to move a damage from Randall over to tic-tac-toe here. There's 3 tokens in a line, so we discard tic-tac-toe, which has 5 damage on it, and do all that damage to an enemy. We're going to hit Apocalypse for 5. That'll bring it from 3 down to 0. Okay, when that happens, let's see, when he's defeated with the main scheme, it says, heal all his damage, he goes from 0 back up to 10, discard all his attachments, and remove all the threat from the main scheme. So we can clear that off. Okay, then we're going to use Randall's action here. Let's see, so discard a resource card from your hand. We're going to discard, let's do this one, a resource card from your hand. And then we can ready up Randall, and if it has a printed energy, we heal 1 damage. It does not have the printed energy, so he doesn't get the heal, but that's fine. We're going to have Randall, Thor for 2 from the Tyrant's Throne, and clear off this side scheme here. So we cleared off the side scheme. It says, when defeated, the first player reviews a Ramses I Prelate minion, so this is going to be our last one. This is our Prelate minion. He gets +2 hit points for each face-down card attached to him. Whenever he attacks you, attach the top card of your deck to him face down. Okay, so deal each other player an encounter card, no other players, because we're playing solo. Flip this card over and review no longer worthy. So we attach this to Apocalypse now. No longer worthy. Attach Apocalypse, heal 5 damage from him. He's already at full hit points here of 10, so it doesn't heal anything. And then he cannot take damage while our prelate minion is in play. Ignore the force interrupt on the main scheme. So now we defeat him, then we win. But there's prelate minion in play right here. So we can't attack him until we get rid of this guy. And this guy comes in with toughness before I forget. Okay, when we defeat that side scheme, are we going to draw? Yeah, we're not going to Skilled Investigator. So we're not going to trigger Skilled Investigator. Before our turn ends, let's go ahead and use this as, actually, let's save the stores. Let's use this as 4 resources for our supercharged and put all the damage or charge our supercharged of it, our second copy of it. So now both of them have 4. Then, let's see, what's the last card in deck? I don't even know. We're going to deck out, we're going to get 2 encounter cards. I don't think he's going to flip anything. Do we keep these stored energies in our hand? They'll make our rifle do more damage. That's fine. I think we're not going to Avengers Mansion here. Okay, so that is going to end our turn, I think. So we're going to flip down. Is there anything to get? I don't think we have any temporal cards other than resources right now because of our allies. I would like to get Malcolm, but he's already in that area right now, which doesn't really help us. Yeah, I think we're just gonna end our turn here. So we're gonna end our turn. Let's flip down to Ultra. Flip down to Ultra Eagle. Now we end our turn. We're gonna ready everyone back up, and then before we draw back up to our hand size of 6, we can choose to discard the cards in our hand. Let's discard the stored energy, I think. Yeah. So we discard 1 card. We're gonna keep this one. We draw back up to 6. We deck out. Get a face down encounter card. Shuffle the discard pile here back to the deck. We're doing good with Apocalypse. We just gotta worry about the mission here. And we haven't done anything on that. And threat there went up to 9. Okay, let's make sure we get a good shuffle because we got a lot of resources that are kind of all piled on. Drawing back up to our hand size of 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I like that we got an ally with Angel. So it is Apocalypse turn. He's gonna add 1 to the manager's normal acceleration. He's scheming with 2 plus a boost of 3, so scheme for a total of 5. Then Abyss will scheme for 2. Force response after he activates, attach the top card of your deck to him face down. So he gets this. He schemes for 2, so this goes up to 8. Then we get a face down encounter card during encounter phase. So we have 2 encounter cards here. First one is attach to Apocalypse. His attacks now have overkill. Okay, that's fine. Let's put this over here behind this one. He's no longer ready. Last encounter card is Wolf Among Sheep. Each play minion activates against you. So Abyss is going to scheme again for 2. This will bring it up to 5. And he gets another face down card after activating. And he has plus 2 hit points for each face down card attached to him. So he currently has 9 hit points here with the 2 face down cards, which is pretty nasty. Okay. And then it is back to our turn. All right, so we got to knock out Abyss here. All right, let's use Avengers Mansion. Draw a card. Let's see. We can. Do we have Rando? Okay, Rando is going to swing for 1, knock off the tough from Abyss. He'll take consequence damage. We flip over here to hero form. And we're just going to, I think we just use our supercharge here. Yeah, let's go ahead and attack for 2. And we're going to use a hero interrupt on our supercharge. When you make a basic attack, we can discard this card. We get +1 or +2 for that attack for each charge counter here. So it's going to be +8 because we have 4 charge counters. So we're actually swinging for 10 here, which is enough to knock out Abyss with his 9 hit points. So he goes in Victory Display, he's knocked out, and these cards get this card with 2 allies in Colossus that I want to play towards the mission. All right, that's fine. Let's go ahead and exhaust our rifle. Do damage to an enemy equals to the number of resource cards in your hand. We have 2 resource cards in your hand, so 2 damage on Apocalypse. Yeah, that will bring him from 8 down, or 10 down to 8. Then we're going to, I think we one way. No, I don't think there's any more side skins in there. So let's say the energy conversion. Oh, I don't want to use energy conversion because I don't want to lose allies here. Let's see. We play Angel to give us a ready. Okay, we're going to exhaust the extra to generate a WA resource. This would be second resource, so we can play Angel. He's only 2 costs because he says reduce the cost of playing by 1 if your deck has a mutant or X-Men trait. We do have the X-Men trait. We now just play, we can exhaust Utopia to ready up Bishop. Then we're going to have Bishop thwart for 3 from the main. Drop this down to 7. Angel will swing for 2 at Apocalypse, bringing from 8 down to 6. We take a consequential damage. And then, let's see here. I think that's just going to end our turn. Yeah, we need to play Alice for the mission. Maybe I shouldn't have played Angel here for us. I don't want to discard anything because we're losing allies here. We have 1, 2 allies. I could get Reno discarded and draw him backward temporally. We might have to do that. Okay, so that is going to end our turn. Let's ready back up. So we have the kill on Apocalypse, but we want to clear off the mission here. So we're going to try to get that figured out. Let's discard these. Do we have resources in here? No resources in here in the discard pile. Is energy conversion useful? Yeah, it'll help us heal. Let's discard the command authority and concussive blast. Draw back up to our hand size here of 5. Okay, we got Professor X here. Okay, so it is Apocalypse's turn. He's going to add 1 to the main, goes up to 8. He's going to hit us here with a base of 3 plus 1. He has overkill because of that attachment. This will be the boost card. We're going to play energy absorption or energy conversion. When enemy attacks, shuffle each resource card in your discard into your deck. We don't have any resource cards here, but we cannot take more than 3 damage from this attack. So this would be his boost. 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 1 is 6, but we can only take 3, so we drop from 13 down to 10. And I kind of don't want to do this, but we have to use this to heal. So energy absorption, discard top 3 cards of your deck because we took 3 damage. Perfect. And we got 3 resources, so we add them all to our hand. Then we're going to use our uniform to heal a damage after we resolve energy absorption for each resource in your hand. And we have 6 resource cards, so we go from 10 back up to 13, our max. Then we get a face down encounter card here. Oh, he hasn't decked out yet, which is Temporal Trickery. This card in here with the most printed resources on it. Let's discard the double here. And then place 1/3 on each scheme for each resource on that card. So the main goes up to 10. Side scheme Gene Pool goes up to 2. There's 2 printed resource icons. Okay, that's going to end his turn. It's back to our turn. We're going to Mansion and draw a card. I need an ally. I got to kill off Randall here. Let's see. I got to play Professor X to the mission. Is there any way for us to kill off Randall? I think there is. Let's see. We have 5 resource cards in our hand. Let's go ahead and use our rifle to do 5 damage. And we're going to hit Apocalypse for 5. That'll bring from 6 down to 1. So he has 1 hit point left, and we're ready to kill him. We just got to do this. So we're going to definitely play X to the mission here. So let's see. We don't need to hold on to these resources in our hand anymore, I think. How can we kill Randall? I have no clue how we can kill Randall here. Okay. I should have definitely played Angel to the mission. Let's go ahead and thwart for 3 from here. Drop this down to 7. Randall thwarts for 2 from Gene Pool. He'll take consequential damage. Why did I keep healing Randall? I don't know. Angel will thwart for 1 from the main. He'll take consequential damage. And then we're going to use the extra to generate a resource. This would be a double when paying for a basic card. So we can play Professor X and we can play him towards the mission here. Okay, and we're not going to make a mission attempt until we can do more. So let's go ahead and play our tic-tac-toe back down. And then I'm not going to heal allies here. We're going to flip down to alter. And then that's going to end our, we're not going to use our response because we don't have the trigger, we don't want to. That's going to end our turn. Let's discard these 3 cards. And then ready everyone back up. Draw back up to our hand size of 6, hoping we get some allies here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, triage is okay. He just doesn't have a lot of stats. So Apocalypse's turn, 1 to the main, goes up to 7. He's scheming with the base of 2 plus a boost card here. He decks out, so the permanent celebration goes on the main scheme. Then we shuffle this card out here back to the deck. We do have the Stepharocuckus, but not in play yet. Okay, shuffle of the deck. This will be his boost. 2 plus 1, so 3 more threat. The main scheme goes up to 10, but it flips at 14 thanks to the under surveillance. We get an encounter card during the encounter phase. Dark Designs plays 1 pursuit counter on here. Then there's any counters. The villain schemes. Okay, he might actually flip this. So 2 plus a boost. Boost effect. Give him an additional boost card and place 1 damage on an ally at the mission. So this has no boost icons. We get an additional boost here, which is 3. So 3 plus 2, he's scheming for 5. He is actually going to pop this. So this hits its threat threshold, 15. When that happens, wait, is this? Ignore the force interrupt on the main scheme. Okay, so his force interrupt is still in play. When main scheme is complete, remove all threat from it. Ignore the crisis icons. And then flip this card and reveal Apocalypse 4. So he's powered up now. He now has toughness and stalwart. And his attacks have overkill. But here I overkill with his biomorphing anyways. All right. And then, okay, so that will resolve that. Okay. So it's back to our turn. Okay. We need to do a lot of flipping here. Does he have Retaliate? He does not have Retaliate. So Rando is going to swing for 1 at Apocalypse. Knock off his toughness. Rando takes a consequence damage. He's gone. We're going to use Avengers Mansion. Draw a card. Okay, not an ally. Threat is completely gone. Let's see. He took. Okay, let's use 2 resources so we can play triage. Put them towards the mission here. And we don't have the damage, but I think we can do some threat removal here. Okay, let's go ahead and make a mission attempt. We're going to exhaust mission team. And then we discard 3 cards because we have 3 allies at the mission here. So 1, 2, 3. With all Mentos. Okay, so his response says, do 1 damage to ally at the mission for each energy resources card. We don't have any energies, just Mentos. So we're going to assign a Mento to Malcolm and another Mento to Professor X so they can participate in the mission. Triage cannot participate. So when they're participating in the mission, we add their attack, which is 0 and 2, and we do 2 damage to all the minions here. So only 2 on Mikhail. Then we add their thwart, which is 3 and 1, so we can remove 4 threat from the scheme here. Then we place an attempt counter, and every ally at the mission, including triage, will take a damage. Okay. So we got that done. Yeah, we're going to guarantee that we get what we need here, because we're going to have, what's his name? Rando come back to our deck with temporarily displaced here. We have 3 cards left in the deck. Don't want to deck out. I wanted to play if I play Stepharocuckus, let's see. This can play Stepharocuckus. Then we draw 3 cards, and then we do deck out if we do that. And then we get 2 encounter cards. But we have Stepharocuckus. Probably not worth it to do that, I think. Yeah, we're not going to do that. We're going to flip over here to hero form. And then, let's see, we'll discard, or are we just going to end our turn here? Yeah, we're not going to attack. Andrew's not going to do anything. We don't need to use tic-tac-toe or anything like that either. Okay, that will just end our turn. We're just going to end our turn hero form. We're ready, everyone back up. We're going to discard whatever we want. Let's discard the Helicarrier and keep 3 cards left in our hand. So we draw back up their hand size of 5. Okay, we got Blindfold, which is useful. And then we have 1 card left on deck, so we do not deck out. It is Apocalypse's turn. He's going to add 2 to the main because of the acceleration. He attacks us. We're going to play our energy conversion. Here, interrupt. When an enemy attacks you, shuffle each resource card in your discard pile back into your deck. So we're going to get all the resources here back into our deck. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so we have the kill here, or we have the ability to end the mission here. So we shuffle all the resource cards back into your deck. So it's going to be 6 resource cards and 1 non-resource card there. So randomly shuffle it. All right, and energy absorption says we cannot take more than 3 damage from this attack. He's hitting with a base of 4 plus overkill. This would be his boost. Hopefully no effect, just 3 damage. So it would be 6, but we only take 3 because of energy conversion. That brings from 13 down to 10. We can trigger our energy absorption now. Discard top 3 cards because we just took 3 damage. So 1, 2, 3. Add all of them to our hand because they're all resources. Trigger our uniform. to heal by whatever the amount of resource that we have in our hand. So we have 5 resource cards. We go from 10 back up to our full hit points of 13. All right, then in counter phase, it's all down to this. Wolf among sheep, Apocalypse activates against you. Oof, okay, so he's gonna attack us here. Yeah, can't have Angel block because I need him to. So I can just exhaust to recover. I wish I didn't use a uniform yet. Okay, we're gonna take the attack to the face. Hit with a base of 4 plus a boost. We have tic-tac-toe is 3. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage with overkill. That'll bring us from 13 down to 13 down to 6, right? Yeah, 7 damage. Okay, and then he attacks, and then it is back to our turn. Okay, so all right, what is the plan here? So we want to have 5 cards left in the deck. Oh, we only have 4. Okay, should still be fine. Okay, so we're going to, we can't use Avengers Mansion. If Angel swings at Apocalypse and knocks him out here, he didn't get toughness from that, right? Then the counter card said the prelate main activates against you, otherwise Apocalypse activates. Yeah, so no toughness. Okay, so Angel can just attack to knock him out. So before we flip down to altar, we want to use tic-tac-toe. So we're going to use this as a mental resource to move a damage from bishop to a mental line. That'll bring it from 6 up to 7. We move a damage here on the mental line. Then we're going to use the wild here to heal us again. We go from 7 up to 8, and we move a damage on anywhere we want. Let's put it on an energy line, because a wild can be anything. And then let's see, this will play blindfold. This will play the other guy. We have the X-Shed here as well. So let's heal 1 more. We're going to use this as a physical. So we go from 8 up to 9. And then we put a thing on a physical line. Okay. Then we flip down to altar. Use our temporal displace response. We change its form, add temporal card from discard pile to your hand. Let's get Randall, which is temporal, to our hand. Then we're going to exhaust your card by 4. That'll bring us from 9 up to 13, our full hit points. Then we're going to exhaust the X-Shed, generate a resource for X-Men character. We are X-Men in our alter ego, next to honor X-Men. This would be 2 more for a total of 3, so we can play Randall to the mission. Then we're going to use this as 4 resources, so we can play blindfold to the mission. All right, then we're going to exhaust mission team, so we can make a mission attempt here. So since we have 5 allies, we can discard 5 cards. We only have 4, so we only discard the 4 here. And then we have an energy here, so his effect deal and damage to an ally at the mission for each energy resource discard. So we have 1 energy. We're gonna put a damage, let's put it on a random, it doesn't matter. So we're going to have Professor X participate at the mission. We assign the mentor to him. We're going to assign an energy to Malcolm because he's a wild for him to participate. A physical to Randall because he's a wild here as well. And then we can assign the wild resource to, let's do it to triage. So everyone except for blindfold is going to be able to participate at the mission. Okay, so we discarded that. We deck out so we get a face on a counter card. Then we're going to shuffle up our discard pile back to the deck, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we got that. Okay, then, so these guys are all participating except for blindfold. So we add their attack, 1, 2, 0, 3, 4. So 4 total damage will knock out Mikhail Rasputin. He has a victory keyword, so he goes in victory display, and we knocked out the overseer minion. Then we add the thwart, not including blindfold. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, clearing off 7 threat from this scheme. And then that will officially clear this sabotage the seawall here. And then it says, when defeated, shuffle each player card at the mission into the player's deck. Let's just shuffle these guys back in here. Doesn't really matter because we're not going to draw anything else. Flip mission team and this card over. So we can flip mission team over here, and this card will flip over as well with the 1 counter. And then after you flip this side, remove each card here in the game. If the mission was defeated, find the North American Seawall, remove it from the game. Each player deals 3 damage to an enemy. Oh, so we actually knock him out here. We could have just had Angel do something else. We're going to look through the discard in the encounter deck for the North American Seawall right here. We remove this from the game. We'll need a shuffle, right? Okay, so we remove this card from the game. And then, let's see. And then each player do 3 damage to an enemy. So we're going to do 3 damage to Apocalypse. And that will, oh, I forgot. This should have been discarded whenever it flips, I believe. Wait, no, I don't think it actually gets discarded here because it says whenever the scheme would have been completed, when the main scheme is complete, remove all threat from it. Maybe it gets discarded. I have no clue what happens with Under Surveillance. So either it gets discarded or it doesn't, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't change anything with the current scheme there. It would have went back in our deck in the shuffle. Anyways, with the Sabotage Seawall, each player do 3 damage to enemies, so 3 damage on Apocalypse style, bringing it from 1 down to 0. And we were just going to have Angel swing for 2, but that's fine. Okay, so there we go. That was pretty long, guys, but I think we just cleared off scenario number 3, Apocalypse here for our expert campaign. Let's check here to see what rewards we got. So for victory, strike the mission side scene from the campaign log. So we can strike the Sabotage the Seawall from the campaign log. And then if the mission side scene was defeated, follow the defeated directions for the side scene in the back. So for defeat for the Sabotage Seawall, each player chooses, we remove the North American Seawall side scheme from the campaign, so this thing is gone now from the campaign. And then each player chooses a support from any aspect. They may include 1 copy of that card in their deck for the rest of the campaign. This card does not count towards your minimum deck size. So we already have what we planned out here to get, and it is going to be our Uncanny X-Men, because we have so many X-Men in this deck. That's going to be the leadership support from different X-Men that we're going to add to the rest of the campaign. And then, let's see. If the Overseer minion was defeated, strike his name from the campaign log. So we did defeat, what was our Overseer minion? Mikhail Rasputin. So we're going to strike him from the campaign log here as well. Okay. And the expert campaign only, record each identity's remaining hit points to the campaign log. So we will record 13, our full hit points, but it just goes back down 12. And yeah, that is it with scenario number 3, Apocalypse. I will see you guys in the next video against scenario number 4, Dark Beast. Hope you guys enjoy this video.